Hey everyone, it's Bree and I'm back with another scrapbook process video for the SpiegelMom Scraps design team. And I'm going to be working with the Foxy Roxy sequin mix that is a part of the February release, and those are still up for pre-order, so definitely go head over to the shop and pick that up. I am going to be working with, that was the pattern paper that I was showing y'all. It has telephone, or I'm sorry, not, yeah, telephones, cell phones all over the page, along with some speech bubbles. And as soon as I saw that page, I thought it would be so much fun to create little shakers inside of those cute cell phones. So I am just going to be using my blade to cut out the inside of that little cell phone, and I'm going to go ahead and make a shaker out of it. Now that paper is from the new line Be Cool by Pink Fresh Studio, and I think it is so cute and it matches the sequin mix pretty well. And I saw it and thought, oh, you know, that matches. Let's go ahead and make a layout using both of them. So I've got both of my cell phones gutted basically, and I'm adding some acetate on to the phone so that I can create the little window for my shaker. So I'm just going to apply some glue, and then I'm going to adhere the acetate down and try to clean up. Some of the wet glue does seep out sometimes on the edges, so I just wipe it up before it dries. But you really can't see it sometimes if it dries too quickly, and it doesn't bother me. Okay, so I've got the acetate adhered, and then while I'm waiting for it to dry, I'm going to go ahead and prepare the backing for my cut file. Not my cut file. Oh my gosh, did I say cut file? I'm so sorry. I'm so used to working with cut files. So I'm going to prepare the backing for my cell phones, and I'm just using some vellum. I love to back shakers with vellum. That way you can see behind the cell phones. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so I've got the backing already cut out, and then I've got my Doris foam strips that I love to use for all of my shakers. Now the side parts of the phone obviously are a little more narrow than the top and the bottom. So what I'm doing here is I am cutting those foam strips even more skinny, so that so that it could fit on the sides of the cell phone. Now I do have a tip for you. If you do need to cut these foam strips in half, leave them on the backing paper. That way they're more sturdy and will cut and not bend or get crooked. So it cuts so much easier that way. I hope that made sense, and I hope I explained that correctly. So yeah, if you want to cut those in half, just leave them and cut them straight through, and you'll get a really nice clean cut. All right, so while I was explaining that, I had went ahead and spooned some sequins into the first cell phone, and then I put my little vellum on the back and closed it up, and love how it turned out. These cell phones are so cute. So I'm adding sequins to the next cell phone, and I'm using my little Nuvo spoon, which I love, and I'm going to go ahead and back it. And then I did prep the acetate with my powder tool to help eliminate static. All right, so now that my cell phone shakers are complete, I'm going to go ahead and work on the rest of my layout. I am pulling these really cute tags that have like pockets in them, so that you could, you know, stuff journaling or like bits and pieces in. And I'm just going to go ahead and adhere them down. Now I wanted to create like a different layout. This design is usually not maybe what I usually, I guess, not refer to, but like it's not my usual design, I guess you could say. So I didn't add any mixed media. For the most part, I'm keeping it simple. I do add some black paint splatters after the fact, but for my base or foundation of my layout, I'm just leaving my white background, and I love how it turned out. So the photo that I chose for this layout is of my son. That's Noah, and I had a Snapchat filter on him while he was playing his Xbox game, and I just thought it was like a really cute photo of him. And actually it was a video. He was talking because this specific Snapchat filter changed his voice. So I thought he looked cute, and what I did was I played the video and then just took a screenshot of the video and printed it, and I love how it turned out. I did keep my photo black and white because there are so many different colors on this layout, and I thought having a black and white photo would be a lot easier and not have, since I already had so much going on as it is. So I backed my photo with some vellum, and then I'm going to go ahead and adhere one of the shaker phones right next to my photo, and then I'm going to tuck the other one into one of the pockets. And I love how it turns out, like how it's just peeking outside of that tag. So I'm just going through the ephemera pack from Pink Fresh Studios. What is it? I think it's, oh, My Favorite Story. I think that's it. That's what it's called. So I'm using some bits and pieces from that ephemera pack. And I'm just going to kind of stick them down in like a grid format. Not really a grid, but I'm just filling in little blank areas since I staggered the tags, and I'm just kind of filling in the little spots. And I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I love it. It is just, I don't know, it was so much fun to create the cell phone shakers and then embellishing, here and there, just using simple things. So I'm just pulling out a few other pieces to see what I can use. I'm using my January Hip Kit Club kit for this layout, and just pulling some bits and pieces and figuring out how else I want to embellish on it. Let's see. Yep, just sticking things down now. Off camera, I do add things into the tags. I didn't catch that. I didn't film it, so at the end of the video you'll see that I add like a journaling card, as well as a few punched out shapes and other places for me to add extra journaling. And yeah, I just love just the look of having the things tucked into the tags. So for my title, it's super simple. It's just Fun Filter, because I think this was, at that time, it was one of my favorite filters, because it just made him look so cute, and then it made his voice like high pitched, and it was, I love Snapchat for the filters, which I'm sure everybody does. And this was taken, we were still in Hawaii, so I think this was, I do have the date on my layout that I did add, and I think it was April, maybe? No, it was in February. So it's so it's 3 years ago this photo was taken, and I think it's so cute. And I was happy to be able to document it. All right, so I'm just popping a little piece of foam underneath that little banner to make sure that everything's even. And I'm just going through my embellishments. Obviously, this is probably my second layout that I've made with this kit, so I was kind of figuring out what I was going to add, and wanting to add all the things, but trying not to as well. So I'm adding some puppy hearts onto my little phone. And I do end up fussy cutting one of the text bubbles from one of the other phones from the pattern paper, and adding some, I think it was, I added, it says hi, and it was from the puppy stickers, also from the Be Cool collection. Not Be Cool, Super Cool. I'm sorry. I keep saying Be Cool, but it's Super Cool. So if I've said Be Cool, I'm sorry. It's a Super Cool collection. And this voiceover is just a mess. So I'm sorry. All right, so I did want a little something extra. I do have the pops of black from my photo, as well as the other two embellishment pieces. And so I did want to add a few extra things. So I went ahead and cut into my layout just a little bit, and then I'm adding this black and white striped paper, and then I'm going to distress and rip and tear the edge down here, so that that striped paper peeks out from underneath my layout. And it just gives a little bit of something extra, some interest, and to help bring out the other black elements on my layout. And I like that it balances my page, because I do have the photo and it's flanked by the other two ephemera pieces, and then I have the black and white striped paper on the top. So I like it. And then I am going to add at the end of the video some black paint as well, just some splatters, and I think it ties everything all together. So I hope you guys are having a great week. I did kind of leave in all of this. So yeah, it's Thursday and tomorrow is Friday, and I'm excited for it. And yeah, so definitely head over to the SpiegelMom Scraps shop and to the Spread the Sparkle Facebook group. Make sure you're signed up for the newsletter, It goes out weekly, and there's always a free cut file and some really cool information. And yeah, so there is, I am adding this glitter silver tape by Heidi Swap. And on camera right now, it's not working, but I do it off camera. I trim a longer strip and make it go all the way across the page up at the top where I've cut into it, as well as in the bottom. And since I did want to add more of the glitter, I did pull out a star punch, and I'm punching out some stars from that tape and adding those on to my page as well. So I'm just spreading those around, and then here in a minute, I don't know if I caught this on film or not, I add some strips of that same silver glitter tape behind my tags. I tuck them in, and I just thought that I needed another glittery element on there, and I thought tucking in behind those tags looked really nice. So I'm just going through and adding some enamel dots. And these are so cute. I just love the colors. And I'm so excited with how this page turned out. I think it's super fun, different, and I like different. I like trying, different things and challenging myself to try something new. All right, here I'm going in with the black paint and going to splatter that around my page. And you'll see the final photo here with a little bit of the added extra glitter tape at the top and bottom and behind the tags. And then I add a couple bows, also from Pink Fresh Studios, my favorite storyline. And I think that's about it that I've added. Oh, and then look for the elements that I've tucked into the tags as well. There is my code Brianna15 to save you 15% off in the shop. Here is my final layout. I love how it turned out. Thank you guys so much for watching and commenting and subscribing. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.